Right, people, this is a racehorse being killed on the racetrack. Basically, well, no, they didn't have to shoot it in the head and put it down, or whatever barbaric methods they put the horses down on track. They didn't have to do that, of course, because the horse just died from a snapped neck on landing. So this is our brown-eyed girl who's going to die in a barbaric way. Just go vegan, basically. Don't support this cruel, barbaric sport. In the centre of the herbal rising just in front of El Gavilan. On the outside is Eaton Mess just beginning to hang fire. Our brown-eyed girl is still in the mix as they run down towards the 10th and final flight. It's Fresh Speculation who runs in front of El See that how he's crumpled on the ground, but how the neck is angled. 10th and final flight. It's Fresh Speculation who runs in front of El Gavilan. I have to get really close to show you the gruesome details. This is what you're betting on, you barbaric bastards. Look, he snapped his neck. See how his neck went down on the floor? Slow motion it. There, neck crumpled, bang, 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 neck broken, dead. Having to be hauled on the horse ambulance. And the horse ambulance got caught in the mud because they're racing in extreme quagmire conditions, forced to race round a track in really heavy, muddy ground, whipped, lashed, beaten, whipped around the course. No consideration for these sentient, loving animals at all. Basically, everybody who actually gambles on this sport is a barbaric, nasty piece of shite, basically. And everybody who supports this sport is an animal abuser. And everybody who thinks this sport is acceptable, well, basically shame on you if you think it's acceptable. Murdering, and it is murder, because these horses have no choice. They have to race whether they want to or not. And I can damn assure you they don't want to race. That's not what a horse was designed for. Horses were designed to be wild and free, living in the wild. They're a herd animal. So when you see a horse that loses its jockey following the other horses, the reason for that is because they've got an extremely powerful herd instinct. Not because they love running around a racetrack. They feel frightened and terrified, so they've got to follow the other horses because they're a very strong herd animal. And basically anybody who gambles on this, anybody who supports it in any way, shape or form, or thinks it's acceptable, then basically you're a nasty bastard. You're an animal abuser. You're a sick motherfucker, basically. If you think this is an acceptable sport, it's broadcast and you know, people to watch it and all that, just so they can get money out of these animals and flog them to death until they can get every last ounce of winnings out of them, and just flog them and flog them and flog them round a track until they drop dead or get severely injured and get put down on the racetrack. That is not loving an animal at all. That is severe animal abuse. No vegan on the planet would support this, and I definitely don't support this. I hate it with all vengeance. I'm just basically watching it so I can document every single death, really, and so I can show people the true reality of what you're putting your money on, the true reality of how abusive and vile horse racing is. There's a lot of deception and doping and drugs involved in horse racing. It's a deceptive sport, really. They say it's all governed by animal welfare and it's all been checked through animal welfare, but bollocks has it. No, why do animal welfare think that's acceptable? They just say, oh, it was an accident. No, it fucking wasn't an accident, you sick bastards. It was some greedy motherfucking rich bastards racing the horses round the tracks because they're greedy little cunts. And they want to get every last bit of money they can out of the animal till it's Well, apparently, I heard something as well, that they send retired racehorses to slaughterhouses, apparently, and get them chopped up for horse meat, apparently. I heard that's another rumour. But it's not all retired racehorses get a glorious retirement as they advertise. They don't give a fuck about these horses, they really don't. So if you're supporting it, you're just as bad. You're part of the problem. You're a barbaric, sick motherfucker, basically, as I've said. And it's all rich twats that support it as well. You've got to be a rich twat to be really passionate about horse racing, or just a stupid, sick little old fucking man in a bookies that don't give a shit about animals. Well, yeah, that's the general stereotype of somebody in a bookies is an old dirty man. That's what the bookies is. Old dirty men that don't give a fuck about animals in bookies. Don't forget, it's a big money making business. It's all about the money. That's why they shoot them. If they've got a fractured bone in the leg, or they've got a slight break in the leg, instead of trying to get them under recovery, they shoot them, or whatever method they use to euthanize them. But okay, people, bye.